Welcome back to another episode of Hippie's Chopper Corner. Here's old Dingleberry. He don't know how to act with nothing in the shop, so first time I've seen my shop emptied out in a long time, but finally taking the time to rearrange this shop. I'm gonna get rid of that cabinet, move a bunch of stuff around. I'm gonna get my other lift set up, get my toolboxes moved. I've mostly just been focusing on getting all my stuff ready for the swap meet. Trick front end, I got a cool juice drum wheel. It's a 60-62 Panhead wheel. It's got a brand new setup in it. It's all brand new, every bit of it. There it is, 60-62 Panhead wheel. It fit on just about anything old or modern. Narrow glide front end, complete with fender, brakes, risers. I got everything on it. All that stuff on the shelf over there, but Slickhead Custom Cycles, that's my boy. So I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek, since I had to bring the bikes out of here because I've got to clean this entire shop, move everything around. I got a little something set up out here. And this will show up in future videos, if y'all can kind of figure out why. My boy Slick's done had a sneak peek at this. I've got a lot to do this morning, and I've got somebody coming by that's going to help me with something. And like I said, you'll see it. It's fairly early in the morning. It's Saturday morning here in Middle Tennessee, probably about 7:30. As you can see, the sun hasn't reached over my trees yet. And but I brought these out because I had to get them out of the shop, and of course I didn't think about the dew, and now I got a bunch of flash rust, as you can see, on my shit. But that's all right, I don't really mind. The biggest thing that bothered me about this dew was I don't have my points cover on that, so I'll have to spray that out and dry that up real good. And yeah, there's trouble in paradise with the Panhead. Oh man, I can't believe I let these lifters sit here overnight without push rod tubes in them and all this damn dew dripping on them. But anyway, so here's what's wrong with the Panhead. It had nothing to do with the intake at all, or the carburetor. So, you know, doing break-in miles on this engine because I just had this engine rebuilt by an engine builder. And unfortunately, the push rods, came out of alignment, came out of adjustment, and I found little pieces of metal sitting on top of that cork gasket right there. Now, I have not yet determined where they came from. Was it a valve spring keeper? Was it the top of a valve spring? A guide? I don't know. I'm going to pull that rocker box off maybe sometime this weekend and see if I can figure out what happened. All of this right here, that's not from it being tuned well. That's my dumbass when I was down in Florida at Bike Week a couple years ago, because they have a bunch of different chopper shows down there. I stopped for fuel and I left the bike running, and I just popped the oil cap off, make sure I had good oil flow, and man, oil just shot out of there and got on my pipe. And of course, my dumb ass grabbed a damn microfiber towel to wipe it off, and it melted to the pipe. So yeah, that's what I did. But anyway, I've got all these set up for a reason, and like I said, you guys will see soon. And of course, man, this is just mocked up over here. This ain't nothing. That sissy bar won't go on it. That fender won't go on it. That tank won't. Actually, all of that's going to the swap meet. I'm getting rid of that. Again, that's a Honda CB750 that's been hardtailed. Pretty good running bike. Really low to the ground. You got to be careful. You'll hit those pegs. Those are solid mounted pegs on it. We got a twin cam sitting here. Almost 20 years old. Nice clean bike. It's a soft tail. Of course, there's my M8. That is an FL Panhead, which they had two versions of the Panhead, I think all the way up to 52. They had an EL version, which was a 61. This is a third generation nose cone shovel head. This is a first generation nose cone shovel head, and the difference being 74-inch here, 80-inch over there. First generation shovel head, of course, would have been a slab side. I've got an iron head also that's just not here. And then I've also got an Evo motor, just a motor. I will have it here, and I'll probably do an evolution of engines. Of course, I won't have a knucklehead, and I won't have a flathead or a slab side shovel, but I can explain what those are. But I've got quite a variety of engines. So I may do one. I don't have the sissy bar on this one. Again, all of this is just sitting here. This is all just staged for a reason, and you guys will see that soon enough. Been a busy week. Hadn't had a chance to put any content out, but wanted to give you a quick update on what was going on with the Panhead, because I did have it in my last video, and a couple of people were like, oh man, we hung into the end and you didn't tell us what happened. Well, that's what happened, man. So been too busy really to work on any of them. I do have a 9-to-5 job. I don't make a living building these motorcycles. Maybe someday when I grow up I will, but I'm getting them put together. You know, it's taking me some time on this one, and honestly, this one being my pride and joy. It's a 6-over front end on it. You guys have seen it before. I actually bought that front end for this bike, and I took that 2-under off the Panhead and put on this bike, and put the longer one on the Panhead because I like the raked out look. But I think I'm going to take the antique hard body style front end off this bike and eventually put on the Panhead, because the Panhead gets all the choice stuff. So, but again, a lot of this is just mocked up. That gas tank's just taped on there. The fender's just sitting on there. But you know what? That's good enough for the girls I go with. So anyway, I'll keep you guys updated, and you'll see real soon about why I've got everything set up like this. I'll get my shop reset up, and I'll get back to work on these bikes, and we'll get some good content out next week. Until then, please hit the like and subscribe button, guys. We are climbing up on 1,000 subscribers. It's blowing my mind. So if you like my content, hey, just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. And tune in next time for more of this sketchy chopper shit at Hippie's Chopper Corner, home of the sketchy chopper, where we keep them sketchy all the time.